Hi, Ashley Cheeks here, business plan consultant. I'm here to tell you the 5 questions you need to ask your business plan consultant or writer before you decide to move forward with them to work on your plan. The first question people tend to forget about is asking about the template system that a person uses. Professionals should be using templates that are not what you find online for free. The SBA business plan template, for instance, is something that's pretty standard and that you'll see proliferated all over the internet, but the reality is it's not appropriate for most business types. The way to find out if they're using a template that makes sense is by asking to see a work sample. Look at that sample and make sure it doesn't look exactly like every other business plan template you've seen online. If it does, you're probably looking at someone who is a little inexperienced and who is not actually catering and tailoring their work to the business at hand. The second question you need to ask your business plan writer or consultant before you hire them is whether their business plans have ever been rejected in the past. This is specific to funding. A lot of times, business plan writers will present themselves as being credible for creating a business plan that needs to be pitched for funding. The reality is, it's a very specific niche. Somebody that doesn't do this type of business plan all the time is not going to be prepared for the common pitfalls and for setting up that document in a way that's going to get it across the finish line with a business banker or with an investor. The third question you want to ask your business plan writer or consultant is what their maximum work capacity looks like and if they're close to it now. You have to remember that this is probably a freelance writer or somebody that does this on the side. So a business plan professional needs to be very careful about time management so that they don't overdo it. If they overload themselves with clients, they're not going to do a great job for you. One way to ask this question is to say, tell me about how many more clients you're able to take on in the next couple of weeks. Based on their answer, you can tell if that's something that they can quantify for you so that you can see if they're organized enough to manage their clients. For instance, I use a slot-based system, so I have a certain number of slots each month that clients can fill. Once those slots are full, I don't take on any more clients until the next month. You want to make sure you're working with somebody that's dedicated to you and your needs, and that is managing their time in a way that gives you exactly the amount of hours you need to finish an amazing business plan. The fourth question that you want to ask your business plan writer or consultant is what types of businesses or industries they don't do. Now, every business plan professional has a niche, a sweet spot. Mine is business plans for funding. I can do a variety of industries, but there's typically some that I steer clear from, depending on the regulations involved in those industries. The reason for that is I can't properly research a moving target, and there are a couple of specific industries that are just too fluid right now for me to help. That being said, if your business plan writer or consultant says, I do anything, I'll do any business plan that you need, I don't care what your business is, I'll figure it out. That's not a very smart approach to take. You really want to make sure that the person you're working with is experienced or at least knowledgeable in how to specifically execute a business plan for your business or your industry. The fifth question that you want to ask that business plan writer or consultant is what led them to become a consultant to begin with. Some people tend to fall into this line of work because they take a class as an MBA student and then they go, well, I just want to do business plans full time now. The reality is there is some real world experience that you need to have before you can move forward down this path and be successful at it. For instance, I worked with corporations like GE and Floor Daniel for several years, and I was a proposals professional. My entire job was to win money for companies using documents and proposals, so that's kind of what I know. That is why I focus today on business proposals and business plans, specifically for investor and bank funding. It's a very specific niche. Now, if your business plan writer or consultant can't answer this question with any kind of experience or background relation to it, then you might want to keep moving forward and find somebody that's more qualified to support your business needs. I hope you found these 5 tips to be helpful. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm here to support you.